Hey, I'm back again, y'all. Read these names off to you real quick. Calais Campbell, Deshaun Gibson, A.J. Boye, Jalen Ramsey, Telvin Smith, I think Malik Jackson. Now, for those people that know those particular names, that's from the defensive side of the ball of the 2017 Jacksonville Jaguars, who came within a couple of different plays or not plays being made of actually going to the Super Bowl and actually beating the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game. And this team, they had the second-ranked defense in the league. Their secondary was sick. Again, you had Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye, the best cornerback tandem in the game, right? This team was an up-and-coming team. They reminded me a lot of the Seattle Seahawks teams coming up there in the 2012, 13, 14, 15 seasons with those guys over there. Richard Sherman, with those guys over there, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Mike Wagner, all those guys over there and whatnot. And much like the Seahawks, that the Legion of Doom and everything like that. And they had the Seahawks had a young Russell Wilson and whatnot, and they got this guy Blake Bortles. Now, I did a show a while back talking about guys like Blake Bortles or quarterbacks who have the tendency, when I tell you guys to say, consistent at being consistent. Somebody like Blake Bortles, one year he threw 35 touchdowns. But doesn't really mean anything if you're not consistent in doing what you're doing. To me, Blake Bortles has been and always been a guy that was basically, he was backup. Now, Blake Bortles has done some things. It's like, again, I've told you guys this about quarterbacks and stuff like that, people in the league in general. And when I say that, meaning that these guys can give you a couple of games. But can they give you 14, 15 games where they're doing good? Where you don't have to yank them out and they're doing their thing. And that's where the problem with Blake Bortles and the 2017, going into 2018 to 2019 Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm bringing this up, I'm making this show because I realize how similar that the Jacksonville Jaguars of 2017, how similar they were to the Seattle Seahawks teams. And the problem came in when, and this is where the malcontent, everything came in. They gave Blake Bortles a lot of money that next year. This team was up and coming. Team was built much like the Seahawks team, led by the guys I talked about, Calais Campbell, all them guys and whatnot. But all those guys that I pretty much named, those guys don't even play for the Seahawks. Seahawks. They don't play for the Jaguars no more. Even down to Blake Bortles, which I don't understand why they even gave Blake Bortles money for, because Blake Bortles hadn't really done anything. He represented there in the playoffs and whatnot. I get it, but Blake Bortles was not that dude. Blake Bortles is the type of quarterback that you'd be like, here's the keys to the Bentley. Just don't wreck it. We got it. Leonard Fournette was on the up and coming. Now, that next season, when they gave him that money and whatnot, he started out pretty good. But as time went on, it was a nosedive. Leonard Fournette was hurt. Now, Leonard Fournette, if he stays healthy, this team, I'm bugging out because this team was built a certain way on why they should be on the come up and winning, but all of their hot players and best players, they're gone. Campbell, Gibson's, Boye, Ramsey, Smith, him and them little issues going on with Smith or whatever, and Malik Jackson. That's your core. You had 6 Pro Bowlers on defense. 2 first-team All-Pros. Couple of second-team All-Pros. Up and coming. This is a young team. And now these guys, that stuff is gone. Bortles is gone. Campbell, Gibson, Boyer, Ramsey, Smith, Jackson, gone. Fournette's going to probably be out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, but that bread, because I remember doing the 2017, 2018 season or whatever, it was malcontent. It was like, how y'all giving Bortles? And Bortles started out pretty good, and then he ended up being who he really is. Sort of like 3-1 that season, and then he eventually would end up getting benched and coming back in. But by the time he come back in, the season's over. The problem was the quarterback. And this show is basically for going almost to a segue of the, I say segue, but the show that I made before, is that the wrong move with your quarterback and not the right move with your quarterback can cause you a lot of hurt. There's no that Jacksonville Jaguars team was built the correct way. The problem came in when they gave that quarterback that amount of money, only for him to fall flat on his face. Ramsey seen that, Campbell seen that, all of them got, because that is a defensive team. And if Khan or whatever that guy's name is, the owner, if he would have just took his time and looked at the blueprint of the way the Seattle Seahawks did what they did, that team could still be up, can be there 10-6, 11-5, or whatever, because they were built on defense. They were built just like the Seattle Seahawks, only for them. And then the mistake was bringing in Tom Coughlin. That was another mistake. I don't take anything from Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin rubs players the wrong way. And if you don't do it at a certain time, like he was with the Giants, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It will not work. And, going way back to, I think, the Jacksonville Jaguars when he was a coach over there, whatever, and shit like that. So it's like, you have to realize those things are timing, and that didn't even help matters out any. Of course, they would end up getting rid of Tom Coughlin anyway and whatnot. But that's what I'm talking about. It's like that team, they had an up-and-coming team with a young, now Fournette in 28, he got hurt. Had he not got hurt, things would have been a little bit different. But he did get hurt. Blake Bortles, yeah, okay, you can throw him, but that's not the name of his game. Okay? That's not the name of his game. And what happened is that got exposed, and then the defense was like, y'all need to get somebody up in it because this dude really is not that. He did what he did, but I think a lot of them was like, okay, build your shit over here on defense. Got a running back. He's going to be fine. Just be one of them teams that grind it out, much like that of the Seattle Seahawks. And that guy Khan didn't see it. He didn't see it. Thus, that team has been dismantled. And they were on the come up. One of the top defensive leagues, top defensive teams in the league. 6 Pro Bowlers on that team. And look at what has happened now. Okay? So like I say, man, sometimes, that whole quarterback thing, you better look at what really pays the bills there. Okay? And that was the defense. And they should have stayed right there with that in the running game and just told dude to say, just don't wreck the car. All right? Hey, man, subscribe, share, check me out. Leave some stuff down at the bottom. All good. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about talking to whomever. When we talk that football, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell you guys, there's no greatest of all time as long as time is still going on. I tell you guys all the time, numbers don't get emotional. And what numbers don't lie and get emotional, people do. All right? You guys have a good one. Y'all stay safe out there and, enjoy your weekend.